com, Michael Heaver. We're going to turn inside the Sun to kick off this section. A story there about the Speaker, John Bercow. They are saying that he's got caught up in a fresh row.
Another row, yes. So he's come under some heat in recent weeks because there have been some very serious allegations of bullying by people who used to work for him. And now that
which he denies.
Which he denies, but there's not yet been an independent investigation, and MPs have actually voted against that, which I think is quite shocking. This fresh row is, allegedly, in the Commons, he called Andrea Leadsom a stupid woman, and also something else which is too rude to say on live television. And the Speaker's office haven't denied that he used those words. They've just said strong and differing views were expressed on all sides. It is obviously kind of being alleged by Andrea Leadsom's supporters that he said this. But it's just really not a good look for a Speaker who I think should be above this sort of language. He's supposed to be neutral. He's supposed to be chairing the debate in Parliament. But also, if you've just been, accused of some very serious kind of bullying allegations, don't go and allegedly sort of use very strong language against a senior female MP. It's just not a good look for John Bercow, I think.
Yeah, I think what this all shows, though, is that John Bercow ultimately has got his card marked. He's not very well liked. There's a lot of MPs that want to see the back of him. They think he's been around too long. In fact, if you watch PMQs, it goes way beyond the half an hour it's supposed to, and these sort of constant interruptions. He seems to be a guy who likes the sound of his own voice quite a lot. When he was away and they had the Deputy Lindsay Hoyle in, it was a completely different feel to PMQs, actually much more free-flowing without constant intervention.
Although he would say he's trying to keep order and he's trying to give everyone an opportunity to speak.
I'm sure he would, but I think he's rubbed up a lot of people the wrong way in Westminster. I think they're after him.
OK, let's move on to the front page of the Express now, because although they've got a photograph of Harry and Meghan on the front there, another very lovely one, they've got a different main story. They claim it as an exclusive, and they're talking about CCTV in care homes.
So this is a new campaign that's being launched by former Attorney General Dominic Grieve to put CCTV in care homes. So in recent years, we've seen a number of scandals break about the way that older people have been abused in care homes. So I sort of understand where the impetus for this is coming from, but I personally really don't think this is a solution. I think if you start to have CCTV in care homes as standard, it really kind of changes those relationships of trust between people who work in them and people that they're caring for. They feel like they're sort of constantly under scrutiny by a third party. Obviously, abuse in care homes is completely unacceptable and has to be stamped out, but I think the way you get rid of it is by having much better kind of proactive regulation, much better management in care homes. Let's pay care home staff properly as well. I think that would be a really good start. So I feel quite nervous about this proposal, and I suspect people who work in care homes will as well, some very good carers in care homes.
Do you think that's right, or do you think that having footage of incidents is the only way of proving that they've happened?
I think that's right. I mean, we've seen, obviously, some shocking footage over the years of sort of undercover exposés of what's been going on. Horrendous, old people getting abused or whatever, not treated correctly. And to be honest, I was quite surprised that this isn't already the case. I would sort of assume in most care homes now, if not all, that you would have CCTV there because of these cases that you've seen. And so I don't think it's anything particularly over the top. I've been, in a lot of schools and places like that, you'll have CCTV. Why not? Surely it's just going to help. Surely it's just going to help protect some of the most vulnerable in our society, I would have thought. And if there is any wrongdoing, then it's all provable.
I guess there are privacy issues as well.
There are definitely privacy issues of the older people. I mean, this is older people's homes. They live there. So, yes, I think there are very serious privacy issues as well. I think we need to get rid of abuse in care homes where it exists, but we shouldn't need CCTV to do that. And what does it say about us as a society if that's our recourse?
It does say communal areas here. So it would be in areas where the communal, not necessarily private. I think putting a camera in every single bedroom would be sort of overstepping the mark. At the end of the day, I'm for choice. Why not have some care homes that have CCTV all over the place and some that don't? Let people decide what they prefer.
And decide which ones they want to go to. Yeah. OK, let's move on to, finally, to a story that you spotted inside the Sun. And I think you'll just have to explain this one to me.
I mean, it's not very often you get the words Lion and Dudley in the same headline. But yeah, a woman has filmed what appears to be a lion roaming around in her bin. So maybe she has some delicious sausages or something like that. I mean, it's quite an unusual one. I don't know if anyone's going to stumble across a lion in Dudley, but, you know, maybe this will potentially be a new front page story if it doesn't prove to be the case.
Dudley Zoo does say that it's not missing any animals, if that provides the public with some reassurance.
Is it just a cat?
Well, I got quite confused by this story because they've actually got a picture of a lion, and at first I thought that's what had been sighted in Dudley, but it's just a comparator.
OK. Well, Sonia and Michael, good to see you. You'll be back at 11:30.
Well,
thank you.
Thanks.